All right, a skill you definitely want to understand and utilize if you're out there on the street or at the home environment and utilizing a handgun for self-defense is how to properly use cover and concealment. So what I've got out here is a basic just range prop that's going to simulate a piece of cover or concealment. Obviously, I've got my target beyond that. So basic concepts, I start back in here behind the cover, which is safety. And what I'm utilizing is the concept of cutting the pie. So I'm going to cut the pie around this corner. So this is the center of the pie. I'm going to take small slivers of pie until I see what I need to see. So I'm not overexposing myself, no elbows, no legs, no head coming out. The only thing that's going to peek out around that corner is going to be basically my muzzle and my eyeball. So I'm just going to work that corner, utilizing that cover for protection and deal with the threat appropriately. It'll look like this. And this is a fairly slow and methodical technique because I'm trying to maintain this safe environment and I'm searching and scanning. When I identify that threat, if need be, I'm going to go ahead and take that threat. So it'll look like this. Working this corner to the point where I start to see, I see one hand, nothing in it, and I see another hand, I see a gun. Do not move, stay right there. Do not move, police are on the way. So that's the example utilizing cover. Now this is my strong side cover. Guns in my right hand, I'm working my side, my strong side. So if I work over here, now I'm working my weak side. However, the concept's the same. Again, I don't want to overexpose anything. Only thing that should be poking around that corner is the muzzle of my gun. So guns out, working that corner. I see a person. Do not move, stay right there. Police are on the way. Good. And that piece of cover has been cleared. So I use this for protection, working that corner for cover. Pretty straightforward concept, cutting the pie. Center of the pie, taking small slivers, see what you need to see, deal with the threat accordingly. So it's a good place to be back here for protection. All right, so I was already at cover in that standpoint. So that may simulate you're already in your home, you're trying to work yourself to safety, you find yourself in an active shooter situation, you're working corners, doorways, hallways to try to get to safety, nice and methodical. This is going to be one of those examples where I'm faced with some type of lethal force encounter and I've got potential cover over here, so I might as well get there and deal with it from behind cover than deal with it in the open. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get there first is my priority, get there first nice and quick, and then deal with it as appropriate. So it'll be look like this. So I'm faced with the threat, get my gun out, work myself up to cover, cut that pie, and deal with that threat appropriately until I've cleared that area. So that's the example of starting in the open and working myself to safety. We could do the same thing from up there and working back. So that will look like this. I'm up here, I find myself potentially in harm's way, just a step or two away. I've got something that potentially stops bullets and I want to get there first. So all I'm going to do, once I recognize that, I'm going to explosively move back there, start working the corner, deal with the threat as needed. Here we go, look like this. Get down, stay down, do not move. Do not move. Police are on the way. So again, this is one of those situations where I've immediately been in contact with something and I notice that just a step or two away I have something that potentially stops bullets. That's good protection. I might as well use it. So I'm exercising explosive movements to get there. Once I'm there, I'm utilizing the concept of cutting the pie as we previously discussed to deal with the threat as needed. So that's use of barricade or a piece of cover. Guys, this could be a dumpster, could be the hood of a car, utilizing the engine. It could be anything concealment-wise that's going to offer you some protection or at least concealment, and those are some basic ways on how to use it.